For a big story right now at 5, the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office is investigating an officer-involved shooting that left a man dead. Police at this scene tell us Local 15 News that it all started as a domestic dispute. It happened around 1:30 this morning at a house on Highway 49 in Loxley. That's where Local 15's Darwin Singleton is right now at the Loxley Police Department. And Darwin, police there say that a wife and a husband were struggling over a gun, and that's when the wife was shot.
Yeah, a domestic call, and if you ask any law enforcement officer, he or she will tell you that those are some of the most dreaded and dangerous calls to have to work. And last night, right here in Loxley, Alabama, it was proved to be one of the most deadly calls. Ruth Scott and her daughter Charlene Collins don't know a great deal about the couple next door, but they do know this.
Oh, yes,
Nice
wonderful neighbors.
Really?
Yeah, good neighbors, good Christian people.
And Charlene also knows they were dealing with something very serious in their lives, very serious.
Yes, sir. He had cancer.
But sometime shortly after midnight, something in the lives of these good neighbors went terribly bad. Loxley police were called to a domestic argument at this house, and when they walked inside, that argument turned deadly. No one had to tell Ruth. She saw the signs.
There were lots of lights coming through our bedroom window, and we got up to see what it was, and they had already had the place taped off, the crime scene.
What happened? Loxley police knew they were responding to a domestic situation. 911 operators were telling them shots had been fired inside the house. And once inside, investigators say the two Loxley officers saw a man and a woman struggling on a bedroom floor, struggling over a gun.
The female appeared to be bleeding and it was determined that she was shot. The officers ordered the subject several times to drop his weapon and surrender. He refused to do so and subsequently turned the weapon toward the officers. And when he did, the officers fired and shot him.
They would later learn the man and woman were husband and wife, and the officer's shots would be fatal to the husband. The wife was taken to the hospital with a gunshot wound to the hand. Now Ruth worries about her neighbor who has gone from caretaker to widow in just one fateful night.
We really hate to hear it because they were good neighbors, and they're fine people.
For now, both the names have been, will not be released until they notify all the family members. Because this was an officer-involved shooting, an independent agency like the Baldwin County Sheriff's Department will be the one doing the investigation into the Loxley police actions. And one more thing, we also know that a Baldwin County grand jury might be called to take a look at this whole affair. We're live in Loxley, Darwin Singleton, Local 15 News.